Rebecca Wettemann from Valwar here in sunny or soon to be sunny when the sun comes out this morning, Austin, Texas for Zoho Days. Here with Mani Vembu to talk about what's going on at Zoho. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming here. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, we were just talking. This is your first time in a presenting role at Zoho Days. What does that feel like?
It's really exciting. So, analysts have been polite in terms of, right? Say,
we haven't heckled you too much this week?
Yeah, right. So, it's all right. So, they have been polite and nice to me so far.
Good.
So, I enjoy that.
So, maybe you can share for people who don't know a little bit about your role at Zoho and what you're working on these days.
Yeah. So, see, I was with Zoho for last, say, 28 years from the inception. So, we have seen through the from on-prem to cloud transition and from cloud to mobile. So I have been I initiated the initial Zoho.com. I mostly focus on the product side. Mm-hmm. So I'm passionate about building products and off late in the last 5 years I've been taking care of the platform strategy. So how we move from a product to a platform direction within Zoho. And that has been my mostly my effort in the last few years.
You know, it's been so interesting for me to see. I mean, you guys have so many different products, but you've also taken those capabilities in the products and sort of roll them down to the platform level so they can be used across different areas and capabilities. What do you see as, everybody's talking about a platform these days, right? But what do you see as like the key differentiators for the Zoho platform?
Yeah, see, there are two differentiators we see, from our direction perspective and the way we see the enterprise or the, business software market evolving. So one is, I call it as the domain-specific app platform. That means, making sure that the customer gets a lot of domain-specific functionality out of the box, and then have the ability to customize and extend. So, because the ability to extend and customize should be only done for the processes that the customers have, the unique processes that they have. So they shouldn't be doing the all the generic application functionality, that's what most of the general platforms focus on. So that means, so they abstract at a level where the app functionalities have to be built as part of the platform function, as part of the implementation. But where we differentiate is we want to give the domain-specific app features out of the box, and then allow people to customize, extend beyond that.
And so by domain-specific, you mean like customer service or sales or finance or HR.
HR, and IT service management. So that is what we call as domain-specific.
Right.
And we want to extend the same approach to our vertical direction too. That means, when we build vertical products, some of the verticals auto DMS or banking and financial service CRM. So those are all not point products, They have to be platforms. So that is again become an industry specific platforms.
So it's that core kind of technical foundation, then the domain specific, and then even industry and domain specific, and then let customers build, customize with the low code, no code on tools. Top of that.
Yeah. So the second differentiator is the low code, no code tools that comes with the platform.
Right.
So that means we don't just give the platform, open the platform only for developers. We also allow customers to extend the platform through the low code tools we offer.
Right.
So that means, we have invested heavily on the low code tools. That's been our primary differentiator, because we come from the low code native, as a low-code native vendor. So that means we have, from the beginning, we have focused on enabling a lot of low-code tools for extending the capabilities. So and now we are actually implementing them across each of these domain-specific apps so that they becomes a platform.
Got it. Okay. And I know you talked yesterday in a lot of detail from a domain-specific perspective about the CRM platform and the CRM domain. What are the other key domains that you're focused on? And I know we talked a little bit earlier before we started the video about sort of the HCM space. Maybe you can talk a little bit about kind of the strategy and thinking there.
Yeah. So see, in HCM, we are targeting, moving in the regional direction, where we want to start
by region. So regions, starting with obviously
But
India, you've got
right?
a lot of big
So
customers
India,
there.
we have a lot of big customers because there are like say compliance factor, there is payroll which is regulatory. So we have launched the India payroll. So that comes with the right bundled as part of our HCM package, and so slowly we are extending that, right? So now our focus has been like India, Middle East, so Eastern Europe, right? Say a lot of developing countries, and now we are slowly, right? Say in US we have been like say in terms of product-led growth, we are seeing good traction, but in terms of say region-led growth, so that's how we differentiate now, right? Say moving transnational is also part of region-led growth, right? Say from product-led growth, we are now moving towards a region-led growth. So US is our priority for this year. For
US is priority for
this year.
For this year for
2025 for HCM.
For HCM.
Yes.
So will that mean sort of feet on the ground in terms of sales-led growth here in the HCM space? Because you guys have payroll here.
Yes.
Now,
so we are adding payroll here. So we are also working with vendors to integrate, right? Say benefits management, compensation management, all those.
Okay.
And then we are also hiring channels who are specialized in the HCM space.
Okay.
So that's been actively we have been working on those. So this year we are going to go more aggressive on the regional front, especially in the US.
In HCM. So big news. Zoho is going to be pushing it in the Americas on HCM this year. So what do you see as the biggest challenge for your team this year?
See, the challenge is always on the transformations that we need to do. Say we are now in the AI era. So that means how it is going to impact across all these domains, right? So that's something we keep focusing on. And then how do we build the foundational models which are which can be extended across all these domain-specific platforms, plus which will also be useful for the, our vertical specific platforms. That comes in the future. So we currently focus on, because we look at this transformation, like say how on-prem has moved to cloud. So there we actually started with a very strong foundation framework, which powered all our 55 apps. So that's why we are able to build so many apps. So the same, say for example, our IAM, our search, everything, we made it as a common layer rather than building it at the application level. So same way we are looking at what all things that should be common across all these apps. How should the unified data model be, available for all the apps? Yeah. So that is the challenge we are now, say at the product side, we are looking at that. And at the region side, so we are expanding regionally. So we are, we are hiring local partners, we have feet in the ground, we have channel managers locally. So we are ramping up that. So for the next generation of region-led growth.
You've got a lot of big SIs signing on as well, which is really interesting. I want to go back to something that you said about the platform and sort of how you roll pieces back. Because you have sort of interesting and very strong CRM practice, but also a growing HCM, how are you thinking about, or do the teams talk to each other about, like, are there things on the customer journey side that we can use on the employee journey side, or the customer communication side and service side that I can use on the employee service side and that sort of thing? How do you sort of, that's a lot of pieces and a lot of teams to kind of coordinate and pull together. How do you think about that?
Yeah, so for sure, this cross-sharing of knowledge and using of these tools that happens all the time. Say, for example, I'll give you one example where we have this, say we have a tool called Blueprint, which is for the process management. Right. So now that is part of our HCM, that is part of our ITSM. So everywhere the whole process management is powered by that, so we bring that tool across all these platforms so that we make it easy for defining, say, custom processes.
So that could be for ITSM or it could be for HRSD.
Yes, exactly, right? Okay. So, and then similarly in the backend, say, for example, we built a orchestration platform. So that will, that integrates with, say, across all these, say, legacy applications and, other systems, right? Okay. So, and we use it, say, in CX, we use it in ITSM, we use it in, say, HR. So across these, we use this orchestration layer to integrate with any third party for any data transfers, right? So,
got it. Yeah. Got it. So what are you most excited about for this year?
As I said, region-led growth is where, I want to focus on and see how we are, So we replicate our success in India in the larger businesses across different regions. So we are already seeing good traction. So we are already, starting to engage and there are a lot of early conversations that are going on. So I'm excited to see how that comes to closure, and I'm also excited to see what this AI transformation, right, is for us, right? How we are doing it, right? Say within Zoho, right? Say that's a major transformation, like right? Say, and that's actually very exciting, right? Say learning and unlearning and right, relearning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, and it's all moving so quickly,
do,
right?
Say, yes, exactly, right.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about the other big changes, or maybe not so big changes at Zoho this year with Sridhar.
Yes.
How do you see that changing? I mean, I don't think that many of us who know him well weren't super surprised by the news, like knowing the way he thinks about things and sort of what his passions are. But I guess I would love to hear your thoughts on, does it mean directionally changes for Zoho, or how do you see it sort of changing things with a different CEO?
Yeah, so we look at it as like, right, say continuity of what we are doing. And at the same level, like we are also looking at as like, right, say we are our commitment towards R&D and the product-led growth, right?
Yep.
Say that means, say when we are doing this on-prem to cloud, the time we were a small company, so there is, right, say not a lot of attention, but that time if you look at Sridhar, so he would have been focusing more on the same things that he focuses on now with AI, right? So that's the right. Say that's the same, and we need that now. So we need that kind of.
So it's kind of like, and I've heard other people make this parallel with the transition from on-premise to cloud, and now from sort of what we're doing to AI. It's sort of the same. You need that same kind of thinking.
Thinking, yes.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to fundamentally think differently. So we have to think about like right, say how how it is going to change everything that we do. So from our developer productivity to, right, you have seen Sridhar talk about the developer productivity. So our own internal, right, say how we enable through technology, right? Say through process we can enable, but how do we enable through technology? How do we enable through, right, tools for our own employees, for our own customers, right? So that's where I think, and this is key period, because this is when we decide on a lot of fundamental things, right? So we have to make fundamental, our foundation strong. So how we made the SaaS foundation strong decisions.
Right.
So whatever we made, say 15, 20 years back, that's what, right, we built upon. So that means, right, we made those decisions on having the IAM separate, our SaaS framework.
So it's kind of returning to the core a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So, and that way, right, so it's a continuity in the journey. And so we have to now take care of region-led growth and, right, a lot of other, say, GTM related, channel related, so all the customer-facing operations, and right. So while we give our R&D team the time to transition us for the next future growth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. What do you like to do for fun?
So fun, I generally hang out with friends.
Okay.
So that's right. Say I enjoy, right, say meeting my old friends and then hanging out with them. So
what's your favorite place in the world?
So favorite place is like, right, say our native village. So that's always a, right, say a place where you go there and then you see.
And where is that?
That is like, say that place is called Kumbakonam. Near Kumbakonam, there is a village. So it's in the south.
Okay, like Chennai, it's near Tenkasi, right?
Not near Tenkasi. It's in between maybe Tenkasi and Chennai. Chennai, yes.
If you could come back as any person or thing, whom or what would you be?
So maybe a better designer.
A better designer.
So,
a better version of yourself.
Yes.
Oh, I like that answer.
Right.
That's a good one. Excellent. Well, I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for spending the time with me, Manny. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Rebecca.
And congratulations for a great presentation yesterday, and best wishes for the rest of Zoho days.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.